Today we're going to be looking at Unit 2, Lesson 6, Solving Proportions. We have a vocabulary word of proportions, so make sure to look back at your vocabulary for what that word means. So let's take a look at example 1. We want to solve the proportion. If necessary, round to the nearest hundredth. Our proportion is x over 45 equals 15 over 25. So we've been doing a lot of work with solving equations. So when we have x dividing by a number, we know that what we want to do is undo that division. So to undo that division, I'm going to multiply both sides by 45. When I multiply both sides by 45, I get x equals 15 times 45 is 675. Divide by 25. And when I divide 675 by 25, I get x equals 27. So to solve for x, we get 27. So now let's take a look at our second example. Our second example is we want to solve x divided by 9 equals 2x minus 3 divided by 24. So x divided by 9 equals 2x minus 3 divided by 24. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply both sides by 9 times 9 times 9. So I get x equals 9 times 2x minus 3 divided by 24. But I have an x on this side, so I want to get rid of that divide by 24. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 24. So times 24 times 24. So I get 24x equals 9 times the quantity 2x minus 3. So I want to distribute that 9. 9 goes to both the 2, and 9 goes to the negative 3. So that gives me 24x equals 9 times 2 is 18x. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. So I'm going to get rid of the smaller x. So in this case, the smaller x is the 18. So subtract 18x from both sides. So that gives me 6x equals negative 27. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And I get x equals negative 27 divided by 6 is negative 4.5. So the solution to this problem is 4.5. Let's take a look at our next example, solving a proportion by using a constant rate. So we want to start off with setting up what is going to be our proportion. So our proportion is our city, shrinks, or sinks 140 centimeters in 5 years. So how much is our city going to sink in 12 years? So taking away a lot of the words, we're going to be left with 140 over 5 equals C over 12. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 12 times 12 times 12. So that's going to give me 12 times 140, which is 1680 over 5 equals C. 1680 divided by 5 is 336 equals C. So it's going to sink 336 centimeters in 12 years. That's how much we're going to sink. And then we're going to take a look at our last example. So for our last example, a guide company makes a trail mix of raisins and mixed nuts. How many pounds of raisins does the guide company need to mix with 14 pounds of mixed nuts? So let's go ahead and start this out. So we have raisins. over trail mix. And we want it to be a 30% raisins. So 30% of it's going to be raisins over a total of 100%. So again, this is going to be R over R plus 14. Because the total is raisins plus the nuts, and then we have 14 pounds of the mixed nuts equals 30 over 100. So what we're going to do now is multiply both sides by R plus 14. So it's going to give me R equals 30 times R plus 14 over 100. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. So this is going to give me 100R equals 30R plus 14. So I'm going to distribute that in. 30 times R and 30 times 14. So this is going to give me 100R equals 30R plus 30 times 14 is 420. Get rid of the smaller one, so minus 30R. Minus 30R. So I'm running out of room, so I'll go ahead and bring this over here. So 100 minus 30 is 70R equals 420. Divide both sides by 70. And we get R equals 6. So it's going to be 6 pounds of raisins. And that's how you use proportional relationships.